We are back with another review, and today we got a special little treat. We're going to be reviewing some pop protectors. Now, these are some brand new Gamestop collector cases, is what they're calling them. And these are basically acid-free protective sleeves that basically protects most 4-inch characters in original packaging. So basically, these are for Funko Pops. And they're loosely saying most because, you know, some characters are larger than others, so the boxes sometimes alter in size, so they're not going to fit all of them, but these were put out by GameStop. They're, as you can see here on the price tag, $10, and you get 8 of them. So price point's a little high in regards to the price per unit, but these are something that, again, you could just walk into a store and make a purchase for one of these and not have to wait for shipping or anything like that to arrive. And again, unless you're getting like free shipping on these, the shipping alone is like astronomical. So being able to walk into a store and buy these, I mean, all I've been able to see is hard stacks. So seeing these are nice to see in the stores, to be honest with you. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review. I'm going to cut this pack open. I got a pop over here that's unboxed, right, or not unboxed, unsleeved, and then we're gonna slide it in and see exactly what it's like. I want to see how thick these are compared to like other sleeves. It has some measurements. It's 0.3, so it's the thinnest that you could possibly, I think, find out there. So I'm just curious. So we got GeekNet Inc. is the ones who made this. They're the ones that are going to be pinching the pennies when it comes to not making this a 0.4 or 0.5. I would at least done a 0.4. To be honest with you, GameStop, right off the bat, I would have at least done a 0.4. 0.4 would have probably been like my minimum for these, and maybe done like a premium version of these that are maybe like 0.5. That would have been you know, like maybe change the color or something and make it, you know, a little bit thicker, and maybe put the thickness on the outside and the front here. That might be something that, I mean, maybe they don't want to do that because they don't want to deter people, but that might be something that you'd want to know instead of having to turn the whole thing over. So let's see if we can get this out of the box. All right, so they're just in this little protective little sleeving here. Okay, so it looks like they're, instead of having like that film you peel off of them, it looks like they're just kind of wrapped like this, just kind of wrapped like a cinnamon roll. Just keep rolling it over and over on top of itself. So this is one of the pop packs right here. Here we go. It's extremely flimsy. Like, I can feel this like straight out the gate. Wow. Yeah, this is like this is the thinnest pop protector. I mean, it's basically like cellophane, a stiff cellophane. I don't know if that's a good way to, or an accurate way to describe this, but you can see by the wigglage of this, like, these are extremely thin. So right off the bat, I don't foresee this taking much damage, but I am also noticing something else. If you notice here on the hinges, or the parts where the plastic bends, you'll notice this thicker area. Now, this thicker area is actually like a bumper, it looks like, that will actually protect your pop. I mean, it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. So I imagine this actually would probably absorb some of the droppage, if you were, or any type of, you know, fumbleage, if you would. But I imagine it might transfer some of that shock or impact into the pop. And we're not going to do a full-on product test here and start throwing pops all around to see if these things work. I mean, clearly we know that the 0.3 is probably not the best thickness for a pop protector, but if this is sitting on the shelf and not really going anywhere, you got to look at this like there's two different options you really have. There's the most elaborate hard case you can get for your pop, which is the hard stack. Then there's like the 0.5, you know, $7 a pop shield, you know what I'm saying? You got those are like super strong. You got the Shumi ones, and then it kind of works its way down the line, and then you kind of get these 3 mil ones at the bottom of the line in regards to thickness. Now, it all depends on what you're doing with these particular shields. In regards to price, they're probably not something you're going to want to, like, you know, buy a bunch of these and put your pops in these things and bring them out to the flea market, or maybe it is something that you want to do that for. I feel like you can get a better price on this particular thickness online if you're planning on doing something like that. If it's something for your personal collection and you don't really care how thick the particular stack is, or the actual level of thickness doesn't matter to you, this might be a good viable option for you. Especially somebody who's doing a sleeving of a smaller collection. This might be something that's a viable option for you. I mean, the guy who I bought these from at GameStop, he said, you know, you're the first customer to buy these. We just got them in. and I haven't had anybody talk about them yet. And he was looking at it, and he's like, oh, okay, so you get this many in a pack, this, that, and the other. He's like, well, you know, I probably just end up splitting this with my roommates or something, because I probably won't need all these. And that's what I was thinking, like, these probably appeal to people who might have a few pops that they want to protect, and this is something where they could spend $10 and protect all of them. And that might be a good option for them. This also might be another option if it's something that, like, you want to ship something and you don't want it to get, like, scuffed up or, you know, anything like that. You can use this as, like, a really nice cheap sleeve, because a lot of the times you don't want to give away your best sleeves or something like that. Your best thickness of sleeves. Maybe you just want to put it in something like this and maybe slide this into a sorter box because it's so thin. It's up to you in regards to that, but it's something that I do see a demonstrated value, I guess, for this particular sleeve just looking at it. Because, I mean, again, the cheaper sleeves do have a demonstrated value. I look at it like this, to do a comparison of the cheaper sleeves, the 3mm sleeves versus like a 5 or a hard stack. When you're dealing with collector cards, there's hard cases where they actually 2 cases snap together and the card's in the middle. And that's usually a lot of the times with the higher end cards will get put in those. Then there's like general, you know, ones you just slip down the top and they're hard plastic. And then there's actually like these flimsy sleeves that are almost like comic book type bags. And you just slide your card in that, and it doesn't have any type of protection. It's just something to kind of protect your card from fingerprints, oil, people handling it. That's what I can see a demonstrated value for this type of a flimsy box. I'm not saying that these are trash and you shouldn't buy them. I'm just saying that there's a need for these somewhere, and let's just hope that the need that these people have, I guess, for these particular slightly thinner ones will fulfill the supply and demand needed by GameStop to keep these going. So today we have our Batman Beyond limited run of 50,000, which isn't really that limited, but we got our Batman Beyond limited run pop here, and we're going to see how he fits inside of the... Now I chose one that, you know, I actually value to see how he fits. He's sliding down in there nicely. It's a bit snug. I imagine you don't want to have too much traffic on here, and I had to pull this little part on the side here just to kind of spread it enough to fit him in there, because he fits pretty dang tight. He fits pretty dang tight. I don't know if you can see it. He's pretty tight in there, and he actually doesn't quite fit in the box now that I'm seeing this. He's got a good space here, which if you look at the bottom, the gusset here isn't actually depressed that much. So let's see if we'll push on him. So this is him flat now. Gusset looks pretty flat there. So let's do this. Let's tighten it up and see what it looks like. Let's get this top part bent away. Now, I'm not sure if these little bumpers here were intended to be bumpers or if that was just an easier way for you to be able to bend it, I guess, or like show you like a crease. So it does, right off the bat, this doesn't even... I'm getting nervous here. I'm gonna like ruin the top of the cardboard of the box. This won't even snap shut unless you interlock the lip of this underneath this flap. If it is not locked underneath that flap, it is going to open up on you for sure. Let's get this. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's spread it out. Let's slide it in this side. You got to hear that snap. So it's got to snap underneath here or it's going to pop, because the pop wants to pop out. It actually creates like a little bubble here. Very bizarre. Not really a fan of these now that I put the pop in there. I mean, this is something I want this pop out of here now. Like, let me get this pop out of this thing. This thing, I feel uneasy having my pop in here. So immediately, my initial reaction to these cases, I assumed they were the right size for pops, which it says most. That's the loophole. We're gonna try another one here. Let's grab another one out of the pack here. I'm gonna grab a random one from the middle here. Okay, so let's do this again. Take 2 on this, you know. We'll try a different pop one, see if they're all cut from the same jib or is that just an anomaly on that particular one. So let's get everything all folded out. Do that, fold it that way, fold that way. Let's get those out. Nothing scrapes my box. All right, we're back at it again. Feels the same way. It's still got those little bumpers on the side here, which is interesting. Bizarre. I mean, if they bought these from like somebody who already was selling these like on eBay or something from China, I don't understand like why they would choose, like their product department, why they would choose this. This is like the worst way to launch a product. Come on, GameStop. Like, you have like the ability to launch something that's actually legitimate, and this is what you do. Like, look at this. The pop doesn't even fit in the damn stack. that pisses me off really bad, because people are going to be like pushing down on the lids of pops just to get them in this cheap stack. I mean, hell no. Hell no. This does not fit in this stack here. Like, and not only that, but like I have a very difficult time getting this like lip in between the cardboard and the plastic without like extremely damaging this cardboard, or at least touching the edge of it. Hell no. And look at that bubble. So if I have another pop sitting on top of it, it's going to just look uneasy and wobbly. I'll be honest with you, this is a hard pass for me. This is a hard pass. I'm all about like supporting GameStop. I think like supporting your local game store is a big thing. I wouldn't even grab these if I was in a pinch and needed to get I would never need to get these in a pinch, but if I needed to get them in a pinch, in a worst case scenario option, I probably wouldn't even buy these, to be honest with you. I'm pretty upset by these. I mean, not the fact that it was $10. I can give two shits to that. It's the fact that this is, I mean, this is horrible. Like, imagine the traction that I have to put on the sides of this box just to get it out of this crap stack. Get that out of here. Okay, so here's the Batman pop. We're going to put this aside. He's going to go back into his hard stack in the other room. But this GameStop collector's cases, this is a hard pass for me. I honestly, like, if I was to tell you guys to buy this or to pass on them, you got to pass. I mean, the main reason why I say that is, one, the pops don't actually fit inside of the box. I understand it says protects most. Yeah, I get that. That's a lawyerism term. I get it, okay? But the fact that like a standard pop like that Batman pop doesn't fit inside of one of these, I mean, how is that even possible? Like, it should have more than enough room in there to at least fit inside the case. I shouldn't have to push down on the box because the case is just the right size to fit the pop. You know what I'm saying? It should have a little bit of room in there. And do not buy these, because you're going to damage your pop putting them in there. And until GameStop retools this or decides to go with a different supplier, manufacturer, whoever they're getting these from, then this is a hard pass for me. Not only is the price point extremely high on these for the type of thinness that you're getting with this, but there's no protection and the pop doesn't even fit in there. And you're probably going to damage your pop more. You're going to damage your pop more putting them in these protectors than you actually will be protecting them from any damage externally for once they're in the cases. So they're going to get more damage getting put in here than they will, like, you know, at all. So anyway, enough of that rant. I'm really just kind of frustrated with these things because I had high hopes for this particular product right here, and it's something that is an extreme disappointment. This is really a disappointment here, because this is something that's right by the pop case, and they're a little bit pricey. Again, I just grabbed them because I was like, oh, GameStop pop protectors, let's grab those. I did not flip it over and see this, the 0.3 thick PET material. I did not see that. You would think that would be something that should be on the front as well, because that's an extreme like game changer when it comes to buying this particular thing. I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see if they had it branded, their name or something on top. And it was none of those things. It was definitely not what I expected. It's probably not going to be what you expect unless you watch this video. Then you know exactly what to expect. But hard pass on these. Do not put your pops in these, because you're probably, again, like, you're going to damage them more than you would have if you just left them out of the box. So let me know down in the comments below if you've tried these collector cases. Did you have the same experience that I did? Were your pops not able to even fit in the damn sleeves? Or was it something that I got a spoof? My pack happens to have protectors that were a little bit smaller. I don't know. I did use the Batman Beyond pop. It's just a standard size pop. There's nothing different about the size of it, so there shouldn't be any difference. But let me know down in the comments below, what was your experience with these GameStop protectors? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe for more. I do reviews every single day, so look out for that, and have a great rest of your day.